All right, so threes across the board. We'll start the third period here. Tied 3-3 with the Aces, and unfortunately on the PK. So Kirkpatrick in the box after a scuffle at the end of the second period, and unfortunately Canadiens the only one with the penalty. So we'll wait and see who it will be. I see we also have a goalie change, so Cash Zink coming in for the third period, getting his crease ready. So for the PK, starting us off, it's going to be Chase Stella, Hoyt, Shepard, and McLean. See if we can keep this one tied here. All right, looks like we're ready now. Off the draw, the Aces do get it. They're gonna go back to their D. It's gonna get played forward. Poked away by Stella. Stella has his man in along the boards. Aces go up top. Down low. Keeping them up. McLean. They take a couple of steps. Shot off. And big save. Big save. That boy catch! Cash Zink up to the task early here. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Still 1.5 to go on this PK. Scott, Markowski, McShane, Miller. Off the draw. Canadiens get a stick on it. McShane bouncing puck. Comes back. And McShane pops that out. Trying to get it forward. He's taken down. No call on that play. Aces come back the other way. Comes straight back to Scott, though, and he's going to fire it down the ice. Aces pick it up in their own zone. Come back the other way. McShane, Markowski. Aces go back again. Looking for options. McShane pressuring here, as is Markowski, trying to take away that pass. Markowski now pokes it away. Markowski. Oh, very good job there by Sam. He's still pressuring him, keeping him down. We're down to 45 seconds here on the PK. They finally start to make their way into the neutral zone. Now enter the zone. He met with resistance there by Scott and Markowski and McShane. They play it down low. And into the slot, goes underneath the stick. 26 seconds left. They're going to go up top. Blows a boot. Markowski now. Up to McShane. McShane leaves it for Markowski. Goes through his skate. They come back the other way. He's offside. And that is also icing against the Aces. So with 11 seconds left on the PK, we'll head down into the Aces zone. Gilbert, Stella and Hoyt. Off the draw, it's going to come back to Chase Stella. He's just going to take this one away. Leaves it for Hoyt. Hoyt comes back the other way. Kirkpatrick released. We're back even. Aces played up off the half wall. Played into the neutral zone. That's poked away. They're offside. Oh, I thought that was offside. Miss. That's a save picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt plays it to Stella. Stella making his way in. Has Gilbert to Gilbert. Gilbert. Oh, good try by Charlie Gilbert. Kept in by Shepard. Shepard's tripped. Shepard. And now Gilbert. Play from the knees from the Aces D there. They go up. Play it into the middle. Shepard on the back check. McDougall's going to take his man. That's going to be a penalty. Where was the penalty on the tripping? Come on. McDougall's going to go to the box on that one. Aces are going to go back to the power play. We're going to see Shepherd, McShane, Scott, off the draw, poked away. Miller down low, goes off a skate, out front, chipped away again. Miller chips out again. McShane pokes it forward. Just kept in. I was so close to getting out. Shepherd, they go wide. Shot, saved by Cash. Another save! What a save! Cash Zink with another save, and they're going to hang on to that one. Good boy, Cash! Face-off coming up in the Aces zone. 1:30 left on the penalty to McDougall. Kirkpatrick, McLean, Hoyt, Chase. Off the draw, Aces with control. McLean on the pressure. Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick trying to get a stick on it. McLean. Kirkpatrick pushes that away, gets it to Hoyt. Bouncing puck, kept in. Comes back again. Shot, save. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Off the draw. Gonna be out front. McLean fires it off the boards. It's gonna be kept in up top. Comes right back into the slot. Picked up by Chase. Chase now doubles back. He's taken down. Aces get control back. They're gonna go up top. McLean. Shot down low to the side. Shot, block shot. Hoyt gets a stick on, or gets a skate on that. Kirkpatrick down low. Aces get it back. 42 seconds left on the penalty kill. Hoyt trying to keep his man. They're down low. Shot on the side of the net. Hoyt comes back to the Aces once again. They set it back up. Down low. Still down low. They go back down. Back again. LeBlanc goes up top. McLean. Shot out front. Hoyt gets a stick on that. Played back around. 10 seconds left. They're drawing towards it. Shot up and off into the netting. 6 seconds left in the PK here. We've got Stella, Markowski, Miller, and Scott coming out. Off the draw, it's going to get played back up top. 5 seconds. They go D to D. Miller blocks, goes wide of the net. McDougall's out. Markowski to Stella. Off the end of the stick, goes back the other way. Going to come back to Miller. Miller's going to fire it. Goes down into the Aces zone. We're back even. Stella pressuring Markowski. They go back the other way. McShane trying to get a stick on it. They flip it into the neutral zone. Scott fires it to McShane. McShane goes wide to Markowski. Markowski has Stella with him. Fires it back to Miller. Miller fires. That's wide. Goes off the glass. Picked up low by McShane. McShane takes a bump. Stella picks it off. Kept in. Aces back to their stick. Through the neutral zone. He's just going to fire. Big save by Cash. Picked up. McDougall fires it up. Gets it to Markowski. Markowski fires it down low, gets it to McShane. McShane trying to get it to Stella, intercepted by the Aces. They come back the other way. McDougall fires that. Paisley. Nice play by Carter Paisley. Good defensive play there. Played up. Markowski trying to chip it out. Kept in at the line by the Aces. And that's a save once again. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with Gargano, Dara, Gilbert, Paisley, and McDougall. Off the draw, gets played forward, but right to the stick of the Aces. They play shot on net. Rebound's going to come back to Paisley. Paisley loops it up. It's going to go down into the Aces zone. They say it was touch, no icing. Gilbert on the forecheck. Gilbert comes back the other way. Gilbert's still on it. They play it up off the half wall and play it over into mid-ice. And bouncing puck, Miller gets a stick on that. They still play it deep. That's Chase Stella. Chase Stella now has that taken away. They try to play it out into the slot. Picked up down low by the Aces once again. They try to get it in the slot off. Big save once again. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with Kirkpatrick, McLean, and Shepherd coming out to join Miller and Chase Stella. Off the draw, it's a win. It's going to be Chase Stella. He goes to Miller. Miller trying to play it up off the boards. Kept in at the line. Goes back to Miller. Miller trying to get it across the line. It's going to go through. Shepherd on the forecheck. Shepherd trying to get there. Shepherd in along the boards. He takes a bump, and he's down. Play. Markowski gets a stick on that. Comes back the other way. We're offside, though. We're offside as Shep was down. So face-off will come outside the Aces zone with Stella, Markowski, McShane. And someone broke a stick. I think it was my kid. Yep, pretty sure. I was wondering why he switched off so quick. Broken stick. Great. Hoyt plays that forward, bouncing puck, goes towards, and they're going to hang on to it as McShane was coming in. Face off in the Aces zone. Stella, McShane, Hoyt, Scott, Markowski. Off the draw, Stella, Markowski. Markowski back to Stella, back to Hoyt. Hoyt to Stella. Stella goes back up top to Hoyt. Hoyt's going to fire wide of the net. Rebound goes up. Going to be picked up by the Aces. They fire it into the neutral zone. Comes right back to Hoyt. He pokes it out. That's picked up by Stella. Stella has Markowski with him. Stella, Markowski. Stella has it poked away at the last minute. Picks it back up. Still has control. Fires it over to McDougall. McDougall fires it down low. Fires, shot, save. What's the call? Is it the net's off? Not sure what the call was there. Must be that the net was off. I'm not sure, or they didn't think the puck was live, one or the other. Definitely was. Gilbert, Gargano, Dara, McDougall, Paisley. Aces play that back. It should be the full length, and it is. So we will head back down into the Aces zone with the icing call. Off the draw, Aces have it. Gargano picks it up though, plays it back to McDougall. McDougall fires on net, goes through a couple of people, it's wide. Paisley pinches in, plays it down. Dara in along the boards. Now Gilbert, Aces get it, come back. Aces making their way through the neutral zone. Paisley, and they go back up top, back. Good save by Cash once again. Aces have it down low though. They play it up off the boards. Gets played over. McDougall to Dara. Dara, he's going to fire it deep. Doesn't get far, though. Comes back, and McDougall puts that one deep down into the Aces zone. Coming out is McLean, Kirkpatrick, and Shepherd. Miller, Shepherd intercepts that. They go D to D, no one home for the Aces. Kirkpatrick now on the forecheck. He's trying to get a stick on it. Now Shepherd down low. They play it up off the half wall. Chase in to keep that in. Kept in. Finally comes out into the neutral zone. It's going to come to McLean to Miller. Miller can't get a stick on it. Chase Stella picks it up. Under 6 to go here in the third. Still 3-3. Chase Stella to Miller. Back to Chase. Shepherd trying to get a stick on it. Shepherd and Chase comes back the other way. Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on that. Bouncing puck down in behind the net. McLean, that's going to get played around the board. It's going to be kept in up top. Shepherd, they go D to D. Kirkpatrick now. It's going to get played down low. Comes back the other way. Shepherd trying to get there. Shepherd. Aces pick it up. McLean takes that away. Kirkpatrick's going to pick it up. He plays it into the net, into the bench. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone here. Shepherd. Markowski, McShane, Stella, Hoyt, and Scott. Off the draw to win to Scott. Scott plays it around to Hoyt. Hoyt to Markowski. Markowski to McShane. McShane through the neutral zone. He plays it deep. Picks it up down low into the slot. Picked up by Scott. Scott. And that should be icing. It's going to be icing. So we'll head down into the Aces zone. Canadiens will stick with these 5. Off the draw, it's a win to the Canadiens. Keegan Stella's going to pick it up, play it back to Scott. Scott plays it back to Stella. Stella fires on net. Bouncing puck goes wide. It's going to be picked up by McShane. McShane goes back, looking for somebody in the slot. No one home. Scott plays it back down low. Markowski hits a stick on that, gets it back to McShane. McShane to Markowski. Stella! And nice save by the goalie there. Good opportunity for the Canadiens. Keegan Stella right there. And we're going to go for a full change here. Gargano, Dara, Gilbert, McDougall, and Paisley coming out for the Canadiens. Straight back to McDougall. McDougall's going to fire on net. Blocked out front. Aces pick it up. They fire it high. That should be icing. It is. Heading right back on down into the Aces zone. And we're going to go for a change once again. It looks like it's going to be Markowski, Stella, and McShane coming out for the forwards. Off the draw. Markowski plays that back to McDougall. McDougall plays it back down low. Aces intercept. Markowski picks it back up. Markowski goes to McShane. McShane fans on the shot, then goes wide on the rebound. Aces are going to pick that up, try to clear it. Markowski picks it back up. Markowski goes over to Paisley. Paisley's going to fire high wide. Picked up by the Aces. They play it back. McDougall keeps it in. Right at the line. Picked up by Stella. Stella back to Paisley. Fires. Just wide. McShane picks that up, plays it back to McDougall. McDougall fires through a couple of people. It's a block shot. Stella picks it back up. Stella back to McDougall. McDougall over to Paisley. Paisley curls back to McDougall. One-timer. Good save by the goalie once again. McShane working down low. McShane back to Markowski. Markowski has it again. Back to Paisley. Paisley. Down to Markowski. Markowski. McShane. Yes! with the feed from Markowski. Puts the Canadiens up 4-3 with 3 even on the clock in the third. Coming out for the Canadiens is Kirkpatrick, McLean, Shepard, Miller, and Chase Stella. Off the draw, Shepard going forward. Shepard working hard. It's going to be offside. Comes back out. McLean plays it down deep. Kirkpatrick now down into the corner. They play it D to D. McLean trying to get a stick on it. He does. Kirkpatrick steals that away. Kirkpatrick plays it out front. Comes back. Chase Stella, one-timer. Block. Kirkpatrick picks it up. Down low. Comes back the other way. McLean on the back check. It's going to be taken away by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick in along the boards. Gets it back to Chase Stella. Poked forward. Picked up by Miller. Miller. He plays it back to Chase Stella. Chase Stella looking for a high. He's going to go up to him. And it's going to be picked up. Picked up by Miller. Miller plays that deep into the Aces zone. Change. We've got Gilbert with Gargano. Dara. Aces into the neutral zone. Comes back to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it forward. Leaves it to Dara. Dara goes to Gargano. Gargano through the neutral zone. He's going to fire it deep. 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Gargano down low. They go off the wall. Hoyt keeps it in. Fires it back down deep. Gargano once again down. Aces pick it up on the half wall. Gilbert steals that away. Good job there by Dara. Dara puts it deep. Aces. Gargano on the forecheck. They play it back the other way. McShane comes out. Plays that off. Dara picks it up. Dara fires it over to McShane. Big save by the goalie on the one-timer from McShane. You got to think the Aces, as soon as they get out of the zone here, they're going to play it. That's going to get played out, kept in. Picked up by McShane. Miller or McDougall to McShane. McShane's going to fire. They were going for taking the goalie out. It's going to come back. The goalie is gone now. Extra man on. 1 minute to play here. It's going to get rimmed around the full way. Down low, Aces pick it up, 6 on 5. Markowski, play up top, high stick, out into the slot. That's picked up by Markowski, doesn't get out though. That's wide of the net. Out front, picked up by Stella, 38 seconds. Tries to play it up to McShane, it gets out into the neutral zone. Comes back to McDougall. McDougall clears it into the neutral zone once again. Taken away by Stella. Stella flips it forward. Markowski. That gets played deep. Going to be picked up by McDougall. He fires it up to Markowski. Markowski clears it out. 10 seconds to go. 7. One last effort here. Woo! Exactly how you want to end the regular season, folks. Taking on one of the toughest teams in the league and coming away with the W. Redemption for a couple of weeks ago. Canadiens take this one 4-3. Big shout out also to Cash Zink coming in the third period and making some huge saves there. So great team effort on this one. Signing off for the regular season, but we will see everybody 10 o'clock Thursday, Provies, get ready. Canadiens are coming in hot. Let's go.